Good evening, BMCC family and friends. I'm Karen Wilkes, interim president of the Borough of Manhattan Community College, and it's my great honor and pleasure to welcome you to our first ever virtual fundraiser. During the time of crisis caused initially by the COVID-19 pandemic and now systemic racial injustice that has been magnified through recent events, BMCC is doing all we can to provide help to students affected by socioeconomic inequities and undue hardships brought on by a global public health crisis, the related economic devastation, and now public outrage and mourning and demands for action. In April, BMCC established the COVID-19 Student Emergency Fund with the goal of raising $1 million to assist our students. 100% of the donations to this fund will go towards student scholarships and emergency funds for students to cover costs associated with food, housing, medical and legal expenses, transportation, and other basic needs. The events of 2020 have affected our highly diverse student population disproportionately. Illness and death from COVID-19 are disproportionately high among communities of color. Many of our students were living paycheck to paycheck prior to the pandemic and now have lost their jobs and income. And then comes a second pandemic, the unrelenting racial injustice in this country, played out on the streets and in the media and in their neighborhoods. This virtual fundraiser is a call to action to help BMCC students stay in college, to successfully complete their courses and earn their degrees, to forever change their lives and the lives of their families. To make a gift, you can visit the BMCC website or text a pledge to the number appearing on the screen. During this program, you will see and hear from some of our students and college community members who are doing their best to stay true to their dreams and reimagine their daily lives. Their stories are sure to enlighten and inspire you. While we do not know how long the COVID pandemic will last, we do know that we will continue to do our best to help our students receive an outstanding learning experience while assuring the safety and well-being of our college community. I am grateful to all of you who continue to support BMCC from a distance, and I hope you will encourage others to join our cause to help meet the essential and immediate needs of our students and to realize the transformative power of education to advance socioeconomic mobility and justice. Together, we remain BMCC strong and Panther proud.
I'm studying a plant called Xylopia, which originates in West Africa, and we're looking at the antioxidant properties of that plant and whether, in addition to its use in food as a condiment, it also has healthful properties. I've learned that biochemistry is really important, understanding what particular components can make up part of a characteristic of a plant and how that actually works on the chemical level in terms of processes in the body.
In biology, we learn about compounds in plants and the different uses there are. It's a lot easier to understand now that we actually get to see it, and we get to see the reactions and what they do and how they protect the plant and how they affect us. I'm determining the potential antioxidant capacity and phenolic content of culantro. The goal of what I'm doing is trying to see if the food that we're eating in the supermarket is actually beneficial to us because we're using commercial samples. I wanted to research the benefits of that plant to see if we're really getting any beneficial nutrients from those foods.
With my specific research, I have learned that the chemical compounds in plants have a direct correlation with their medicinal properties and the healing and traditional uses of plants. I'm studying the antioxidant capacity and phenolic content of the medicinal plant salvia. It has enabled me to collaborate with different mentors and other students who are further along in the field.
Collaboration and teamwork is really a key to the individual success of each student, and it's really invaluable that BMCC gives us the opportunity to work as a group together with Professor Korosh and learn about that process for our future steps in our careers.
I decided to go in the nursing profession for a few reasons. One, it was always my passion, except when I was young. My mother is a registered nurse, and I recall being a young boy and my mom being a single mom, and she would put us to bed, my sister and I, and lay all her books out on the kitchen table and on the floor, all over, and we would go to sleep, and I would wake up in the middle of the night, and she would still be studying. The thing that caught me with BMCC and why I picked BMCC, I live in the Bronx, so there's other colleges that were a lot closer, but BMCC, in reading their website and seeing, the stories that people wrote, seeing interviews with other students that were so genuine, captivated me. And I've been a nurse for years now, and I still recall teachings from certain professors. The COVID started to come to New York. I work in one of the busiest emergency departments in the country, in an adult emergency room. It started with, in the elder population. The older population was coming in geriatrics. And then we started seeing 20-year-olds and 24, 28, 30s, healthy people, no comorbidities, non-smokers, non-alcoholics. And they were coming in respiratory distress. And that's when it became real. That's when it became real for us. We have a great team. We supported one another. But it's something that we could never have been prepared for. I don't think anyone could. And, this is why this Student Emergency Fund is so important. And I can't stress that enough. We would want to help our own family eat. We wouldn't want to see them without any food or without any means of transportation or medical care. We wouldn't want that. And some of these students do not have family. Some of these students don't have a place to call home. Some of these students don't even have health insurance. So any little bit will help, and it will go a long way.
In 2017, my students and I created a concept concert based on the life of Mary Rogers. Fast forward, and my colleagues Thomas Hodges and Tariq Hamami and I created a full-blown musical set to premiere this spring in BMCC's Tribeca Performing Arts Center. When we got the news BMCC was closing due to COVID, our collective disappointment and fear was almost paralyzing. Several cast members lost their jobs, were displaced, had to return home to California, Texas, Wisconsin, other parts of New York. Some had sick family members. As the days passed, we realized we needed to lift each other up. As one of our songs says, "With you by my side, the world seems a brighter place, one filled with grace." We performed by Zoom, just for us, but we put this video together for you. Here's one of our cast members.
Getting into Mary Rogers was the highlight of my second semester, not only because I got cast, but I got to be a part of something that was bigger than me. I got to tell a story with people who loved and cared about this work as much as I did. Auditioning for a new show was exciting and daunting. I auditioned with my favorite monologue from August Wilson's piano lesson. Walking into that audition room, I didn't feel my best, but the professors in the room were so welcoming and friendly that I felt comfortable. On Monday, March 9th, we did our first full run-through. And let me tell you, despite the few bumps in the road, we did a really great job, and I was really proud of the hard work that we had put in because at this point, the show was really coming together. We walked in on Wednesday still feeling the high of having completed our first run, and everyone came in ready to work. Little did we know, Wednesday, March 11th would be our final rehearsal together. And when I realized we would not be returning for the semester, I cried. The saddening thought of us not being able to put all of our hard work up on its feet just felt wrong. In honor of the students that won't be returning in the fall, we all decided to come together and do a read-through. And while it was virtual, all of the old feelings of being in the rehearsal room resurfaced, and it was a nice, warm, familiar feeling. We hope to return in the fall with the show. In the meantime, here is a quick teaser of our production. Enjoy.
Your life isn't over. What are you talking about? You too, Everett. We're all trying to find our place. Inside, outside the heart. Where is a woman's place? Wherever
and ways of thinking. It's a time of change, a time of growth. I will build strength for a new life. No weakness here, won't be just a man's wife. That much is clear as I'm standing here. There's a life for me, a life in New York City. A city of folk trying to get by. People are always kind. A city of folk just learning to try. It's 1841, my life has just begun. My dreams are alive in New York City. With women singing, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do now? Men singing,
I do? What did I do? What did I do now?
the world is changing. Eyes are open. Where once the world was cold, now their hearts are warm.
For some, people are marching, people are fighting the good fight. I feel like music can help turn wrongs into right. I'll keep on singing and we'll keep on dreaming. We'll raise each other up.
Together we won't give up. We'll show this man's world what they've been missing.
Our friendship stands like two strong pillars, holding our dreams and building our futures. With you by my side, the world seems a brighter place, one filled with grace. The world keeps changing.
The world keeps changing.
Doors are
Doors are open. More opportunity for my dreams to come true. So what should I do? What do I do now?
One of my favorite things about BMCC is how amazing and passionate all the teachers are. They find a way to pull you into subjects and make you interested in things that you never thought you would fall in love with. And not only are they amazing teachers, but they really become these students' guides and mentors, and they believe in them, and they make sure that it is their goal that these students have the resources they need to stay in class and graduate, and they become a family. Everyone becomes a family, and that's what makes BMCC so special and so unique. It gives these students an opportunity to fulfill their dreams and puts them on the right path. So please give whatever you can to allow these students to have this experience and change their lives. Thank you.
At BMCC, more than 53% of students are the first in their family to attend college, and more than 50% work full-time or part-time while attending college.
For the majority of BMCC students, the cost of a college education is out of reach. They are the first in their families to go to college, and this fundraiser will help to make their dreams come true. By making a donation today, you will support the BMCC COVID Emergency Fund and much-needed scholarship assistance.
I had a chance to meet BMCC students and listen to their amazing stories when I was honored during a BMCC fundraising event. I was inspired and very moved by their dedication and desire to succeed while they surmount enormous financial obstacles.
Your generosity today will help students cope with the huge blow COVID has dealt on our students, and through scholarships, give them the opportunity to fulfill their dreams and the path to start at BMCC and go anywhere.
Be generous today. Donate on your screen or text a pledge. Help students to go anywhere from BMCC.
Right now, my major is human services. I plan to continue in the human services social work field. I just found out I got accepted into the College of Staten Island. I want to continue social work. I don't know how long it's going to take, but the goal is that I continue. I want to stay in social work, but I want to work with children with disabilities because that's what I do now. The pandemic really affected me and my family. First, being laid off is really difficult. I've never collected unemployment. And being the bread provider, it's hard. You know, right now we're living off of an $18,000 a year salary, which is my wife. I found out about the single stop through my professors. They put it on their syllabus, so I called. And after the conversation, she was able to help me line up my issues and my concerns in priorities. My focus really wasn't on me, it was on my family, and I was able to focus on my family because all my issues were being resolved, and they kind of helped me do it on my own. They didn't do it for me, which was great, which was a great experience. They've always started the conversation with, how are you doing? And how are you holding up? And I thought that question alone helped me so much because I felt I had a lot of support. With my kids, it's affected them because we're so close to family. They're not able to, we're able to see family through Zoom, but we're not able to hug our family members right now. And that's really affecting my kids. They're actually writing it in sentences in school, the way they're missing family. As a school, I have to tell you, the professors have been very, very flexible, very understanding, and that's created less stress in my house. I don't want to let this pandemic stop me from pursuing my associates. It's taken me too long, and I'm so close to it that the professors are helping me through it. I think that the emergency money has helped us breathe. We've taken a nice breath. We feel calm, a little calmer now, a little less stressed because of the money, and with that, we're able to work with my kids.
Every year, 3,000 students graduate from BMCC, Hispanic, Black, and Asian. They are the ethnic mirror of New York City, and they're ready to embark on a path to success. These students are children of immigrant families. They're the first in their family to get a college degree, which they have earned with enormous dedication and hard work. COVID has disrupted their lives. They're now faced with food, housing, and job insecurity. This fundraiser can help address some of these needs. Please give generously. You can make a difference in a deserving student's life.
Hi, everybody. The Borough of Manhattan Community College has one of the most wonderfully diverse campuses in the US, but also one of the most disadvantaged. Our students have to overcome many obstacles to get an education, and now they have to deal with this unprecedented pandemic that impacts them more than most of the groups simply because of their zip code. Of course, our first responsibility is to our students, and moving classes online and students off campus was essential for their safety and for public health, but it has caused major disruption in their lives. Many students work more than 20 hours per week to support their dream, their families, and their extended families, and many have lost their jobs and as a result, healthcare, and they need emergency support from us right now. BMCC can support these students through this crisis, but we do need your help. This fundraiser supports the COVID-19 Student Emergency Fund and Scholarship for Students in Need, and there is no better time to come together and help our students succeed. To make a gift, you can visit the BMCC website or text to pledge to the number appearing on the screen. Please know that this is a unified effort to leverage the strength and generosity of the BMCC community to help our students and keep them on track to complete courses and ultimately earn their degrees. I know that there are many people in need right now, but this is one way your generosity can have an immediate impact on our students. Thank you for supporting BMCC and our students during this uncertain time. Please be safe and take care of yourselves.
I remember that when I first came here, I realized that I had to adapt to a new society and a new language so that I could demonstrate my family and even myself and the world that by supporting one another, we can do greater things. I remember walking for the very first time at the entrance of BMCC and looked at all the students walking around me. And that day I said to myself that I will not repeat all the mistakes I made in high school. And well, I got enrolled in so many programs that offer, volunteer opportunities. And well, my second semester, I won a presidential scholarship at BMCC called the Out Into Scholarship. And I can totally say that this community of achieving BMCC scholars was a big impact in my BMCC journey, since for the very first time I experienced a type of support that I have never experienced before. I'm really thankful for the BMCC community for helping me, achieve a big step in my life. And I'm just grateful for choosing BMCC at the first place. And I believe that the BMCC logo is true, the one that says that you can start here and go anywhere.
Since I was a kid, I always wanted to become a doctor because I consider them heroes. So I believe that's the major reason behind my dreams of becoming a doctor, because I aspire to not just help somebody, but help a whole community and society. Yes.
I'm Jim Axelrod with CBS News. BMCC students have in common a strong desire to improve their lives through educational programs offered 7 days a week at BMCC. They believe they can start at BMCC and go anywhere. BMCC transforms the lives of its students. In fact, BMCC ranks number 3 nationally in helping its graduates move up the socioeconomic ladder. From accounting to nursing, to criminal justice, to music and theater, BMCC cultivates its students' thirst for knowledge and creative expression. The coronavirus has created havoc in the life of BMCC students, many of whom work in order to be able to go to college. This emergency fund appeal will help raise much-needed money in order for students to be able to continue with their education. Please, make a generous gift right now. You can also visit the BMCC website or text to pledge to the number appearing on the screen.
Hello, I'm Ashley Bowder. Every year, BMCC students await with great anticipation their graduating ceremony. They are the first in their family to have a college degree. It is a very big day for them and their families. The path to a better future in their lives is made possible through the academic programs offered by BMCC and by support services such as the Women's Resource Center, the Early Childhood Center, and Single Stop. The coronavirus may have deprived the students from the joy of fond goodbyes to teachers, mentors, and friends, and their graduation ceremony. but not of their preparation to be able to go anywhere after BMCC. I proudly support the mission of BMCC of leading its students to a path of success in their lives. Today, you can make a significant difference in their lives. Please give generously to the BMCC COVID Emergency and Scholarship Fund. Make a gift, text, and visit the BMCC website. Thank you.
Throughout this program, you have seen and heard from BMCC students who are continuing to strive to earn their degree. Many of our students are the first in their families to attend college, and more than 50% live in households earning less than $20,000 annually. This evening's fundraiser was created for two purposes. The first is the Scholarship Fund, which has proven highly effective towards improving graduation rates. And the second is the special COVID-19 Emergency Fund for our students to address a variety of issues that they are facing during this unprecedented time, from housing and food insecurity to medical bills to technology, to help them with their virtual learning. During this unprecedented time of uncertainty, they need our help and support more than ever before. You can join us in this effort to help BMCC students succeed. You can make a gift by visiting the BMCC website or to text to pledge to the number appearing on the screen. BMCC students contribute inside and outside the classroom. Their contributions enhance the community and inspire others to become positive members of society. An example is BMCC's choir, which has engaged audiences with live performances for many years, and the pandemic hasn't stopped them from making music. Under the direction of Professor Eugenia Yao, who received a CUNY grant to create the Virtual Choir Project, a collection of voices were assembled using technology to bring people together for this special performance. We hope you enjoy it, and thank you for your generosity and your continued support.
Seems I sometimes lose my way, and I have to look around me.
Seems the world is far too gray, but I hope we all will see
That there is a place I can lead you. There is a place we belong.
new friends we all can connect to. Together we'll always be strong. Come join us now, come let us share. I'm here, you're there, now we are everywhere. Come join us now, come let us share. I'm here, you're there, now we are everywhere. Come join us now, come let us share. I'm here, you're there, now we are
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. BMCC has a long history of coming together and persevering during a crisis. The attacks on 9/11 and Hurricane Sandy were two tragic events that affected many lives, and BMCC was directly affected, but we continued to stand strong. The COVID-19 pandemic has created financial, personal, and health-related challenges for our students. Many are confronting the loss of work, loss of childcare options, housing and food insecurity, and are at high risk of dropping out. Tonight, we need your help. Our goal is to raise $1 million in support of our students who are facing unexpected financial burdens. To make a gift, you can visit the BMCC website or text a pledge on the number appearing on the screen. By making a contribution to the BMCC COVID-19 Student Emergency Fund or to our scholarship fund, you can make a difference in the lives of our students. Most are the first in their families to attend college, and more than half are from families with annual incomes of $20,000 or less. Your support will provide emergency funding for housing, food, and technology to students who are unable to meet the unexpected financial burdens resulting in the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. You will also be able to support our scholarship fund for our students who are returning in the fall. Throughout this program, you have witnessed the stories from our students, and you have heard from the members of the BMCC community. We appreciate your time and continued support of BMCC. When this pandemic is over, we look forward to welcoming you back to campus and celebrating with you in person. Until then, please be safe and healthy, take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Good night.
Thank you, Lorna. Karen Wilkes here with one last piece of exciting news. We learned this week that BMCC has been named one of the top 10 finalists for the prestigious Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence. Given every 2 years, the Aspen Prize is the nation's signature recognition of high achievement among America's community colleges. BMCC being named to a top 10 finalist means we have demonstrated that we know what it takes to improve student success and advance equity. And with your generous support, we can take what works to scale, helping more of our deserving students realize their dreams. Through your donation, you join us in this celebration of student success. Thank you so much for being here, and please take good care of yourselves, your families, and those around you.